What's up everybody? Welcome back to another tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up dynamic footstep sounds while using the game animations pack, aka motion matching. So if you've already have your setup for motion matching in your project, then I can help you set up the dynamic footstep sounds. Now, if you notice in these animations, they have blueprint and notify events set up for each animation. Excuse me. So typically, if you're going to do the legacy setup for the dynamic footsteps, you'd have to set up these notifies for each animation, and that is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm just guessing that nobody's up for that task because there's probably 1,000 different notifies that you have to set up. So we're going to use the existing system. If you go into the animations, you'll see here they're set up fully event walk. If you go to the run animations, they'll say fully event run, jump, etc., etc. Click on one, look over here in the details. They're using gameplay tags. You'll see here a tag for each type of animation notify. Ignore the tile one I have there. You don't need that. And you'll see left, right, all that's already set up. So we're just going to piggyback on this system, and it works by using an interface. So in your character blueprint, add the interface, Foley Audio Bank interface. In here, we will add a function, get surface type, where the first input is going to be Foley event side type, and the output is going to be surface type, which is a physical surface type. And this is also assuming that you've gone into your materials and you've set up your physical materials. So I got carpet, concrete, metal, tile, wood, and you attach them here in the material itself, or in this case material instance, and then you set it to your wherever surface you're doing. All that's already set up, and we're gonna be moving on from there. In our player blueprint, the interface, grab here's your interface functions. We'll start with get surface type, the new one we just made. In here, we're going to do our line traces based on each foot. We grab our mesh, which is our skeletal mesh here, bring it in. We have our world location. This could be our fallback default location. And then we're going to do one for left foot, one for right foot. I'm going to select based on what leg is hitting the ground. This is the side variable. We'll show you exactly where to get that. We're going to run our trace, yada yada yada, grab our surface type, pass it back through. So in our interface, surface type, I have it right here. This is our output, our inputs here. The other thing we need to do is get Foley Audio Bank. This one already exists. We just need to add the input surface type. And after we've done that, we want to look for BP Anim Notify Foley event. This is the event that exists here. So if you go to the browser, you'll see one for each. See hand plant, we have land, we have all these other ones. We don't need to worry about those. We just need to worry about the base anim notify event. So in here we'll have these three functions. Receive notify. This one's fired right when these notifies are fired. If you already know about event notifies, that's how they work. These are custom blueprint event anim notifies. So when that fires off, from our mesh component, skeletal mesh component, we grab get owner, and this is going to be basically our character blueprint. And this is how we get our interface. So we'll grab the new function that we made. So we can just type get surface, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's already there. This variable, the side, with left, right side, already exists inside of this anim notify blueprint. It already exists. So we'll use that to input here. So we know left or right. Our surface type will show up here. I'm just printing it for debugging, passing it down into our get audio bank. Now if you see here, get surface type, this is a new input. So we'll need to go here. Get audio bank, this function already exists. We scroll all the way back. Get audio bank, we're grabbing the surface type in here. Passing it through, here's our surface type, to get folly audio bank. Bam. So if you want to add that, you go to your details, get surface type, add that in there, and you'll have it. Pass it into, this is also the other interface function that already exists. We had to add that surface type input. Passes into here, and this is what's going to tell us what surface we're on and how to match it up to our audio bank. Now the audio bank passes through back to the receive notify. So we have it right here. Comes into our get sound folly event. This one we don't have to touch. All it's doing is grabbing a data asset row and finding the sound that's attached to that row. If we want to look over here, here's our data assets. This is our default. We can find it here in the folder. Default exists here. What we do is just duplicate this for each type of sound we want. I have one right here called tile. It's duplicated from the default version. So we'll open that up. We see that it's working off of metasounds. No, I'm not a metasound expert. There might be a way to do your switch inside the metasounds, but I don't want to get into that. So what we've done is we've created our own metasound based on what animation. So let's go into this, find it in our content folder. These are all the metasounds that I've made, and they're just copies of what Unreal has already made for us. So here's the one that already exists. We'll open that up, and here's the metasound. Works off of these waves. Click on our variable here. Here's all the sounds that exist inside these metasounds. And this is what we're going to be changing, but not inside our default. We want to keep it. This is going to be our child. They have it already set up, ready to go. All the sound levels are already done for us, so we don't need to worry about that. So what we do is we click it, put it into our folder, click copy. I've already done that. I got one for run backwards, strafe, run, walk, and walk backwards. So if we open up walk, grab our wave, you can see here I have my tile sounds. I don't know if you can hear it, but it works. This metasound is going to go into our newly created data asset for each gameplay tag that's going to be firing. So we see here I have walk, I have run, jump, land, scuff, hand plant. Those ones I didn't update. I don't have specific sounds that I want to use from them. I think the ones that they have are fine for now. But I have my run backwards, I have my run strafe, and see how they're all matching up. So I named them according to their tags, so don't get all screwed up there. Walk backwards. Let's step back now that we've created that. It's getting found through here. It's playing the sound based on the surface type. Ignore the background noises. So our surface type is coming from get surface type function, which is in our player right here, which is the interface function. We'll also need to open our can play footstep sounds function from the interface. We need to grab our character movement component. You know, grab the is moving on ground, which is the player's moving at all. It'll pop that up. You don't need to add it to the animation blueprint. And then our get Foley audio bank is the function that's going to tell us what surface we're on. So remember, in our interface, we added this input. So we go back to it. So get Foley audio bank, surface, surface, physical surface type. We pass that into a switch. Already have my surfaces set up. So that was in the project settings. If you don't know how to do that, here we go. Engine physics, surface types. We have to add these manually. I only have these 5, which is fine. If you want more, you can do more, but that's how you'll find these. We'll add new return nodes, and each one will correspond with what data asset we're going to be firing. So here's our tile coming down here. This is our audio bank tile. Comes in here, grabs this, and in here is where it sorts through that data asset, pulls the correct sound. So there we go. We got our function, get Foley audio bank. We've added our interface. We've set up our character movement. We got our line trace from our skeletal mesh. We got our feet, left, right. It's grabbing our surface type, passing the surface type through into our receive notify. Automatically, right when it fires, grabs the surface, sends it to our audio bank. That sorts it through, grabs the sound, and we're all set, ready to go. I believe that's everything. The most tedious part about this is setting up the metasounds. So we've copied a metasound, grab it, pull it in, copy it, open up our new sound, click waves. Now this is where we add our custom sounds that we want. So you can see I've added 14 of these carpets. Just grab this, carpet 15, bam, carpet 16, oops, carpet 17, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to bore you. So I'm going to save that. The other thing you'll need to do, because it works on gameplay tags, is you'll need to add these tags to your project. Now you could go into your project settings, find our gameplay tags, and add them manually. Gameplay tags. But a better way to do that, manage gameplay tags, here they go, is you can open the file for this inside of your project folder. We just go here, hide that real quick so you don't see anything. Config. So open your config, you'll find gameplay tags.ini. Open that up, and this is where you add all these gameplay tags: Foley, event, scuff, run, land. We have our comments, however you want to set that up. You need to take a second to look at that, pause the video, save it, close it down. I reset my editor when I did that. I don't know if it's really needed, but just in case. Now all the tags are added to the project. If you don't do that, you'll get warnings and it just won't work. So there you go. Once you have all that hooked up, come in. Right now this is tile. I don't even know if you can hear that. Here's our wood. Yeah, it's just my headset's turned down, so you'll probably hear that. Now I want you to notice how the sounds are soft when I walk and they're loud when I run. That's because we copied the meta sounds that already exist and the sound levels change based on walking and running. Here's our tile again. Here's our scuff. You can hear our scuff when we change directions. Of course, my project wants to crash. Okay, we'll go back to the wood. Our carpet is not fully set up here because we didn't. We changed the metasound, but we didn't add it to our get audio bank inside of our player. So we come back in here. For carpet, we have it set to tile, so that's not going to work. So we'll just set that to carpet. Save. Play. There we go. So we didn't completely remove all of the concrete steps, so you're hearing those ones pop in there. But you hear the soft ones, those are the carpet ones. And if we want to hop back in, I can show you carpet. Here's our carpet. See, we still have all these concrete ones. It's sorting through. So each time you do that, it's going to grab it at random. So once we finish our carpet sounds in here, you won't hear any more concrete when he's walking on that. All right. That is it. If you have any questions, pop them down in the comments section. If you're having a lot of trouble, hop into the Discord so you can post some screenshots. Glad to help where I can, or if somebody else is available, most likely give you a hand there. But if you're still watching, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.